Chaz, a year ago you were, what, a brand new wide receiver? How has life changed for you in 12 months?
Not very much, other than just playing on the other side of the ball and being able to have the ball in my hands finally, instead of having to guard a receiver and bat it down, which I didn't do much of.
How does it differ? I mean, last year this time you're just kind of trying to prove you can be a wide receiver, and now you're probably trying to prove yourself as a wide receiver. I mean, you know,
right.
that you can do it all.
Right. Just being able to come out here and work every day and being able to develop is something that I take very seriously. So we have some young guys that look up to you now finally, and it's just an honor to be able to be the one teaching instead of, or being the one teaching instead of getting the lessons.
I remember last year this time you were excited to try the new position, but
right.
when in last season did everything kind of start to, you know, maybe click for you and start to have confidence in the games and, you know, maybe, yeah?
I would say I felt very comfortable around the bowl game week. I was confident and like I knew the offense much better, and I guess it kind of showed.
Yeah, your role kind of expanded that game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what's it like now, confidence-wise, I guess, and just your knowledge and your experience and your, you know, knowing what you can do out there on the field? What's the feeling like in this fall camp, maybe compared to last year?
The game is a lot slowed down. So when we're out there, your mind isn't running at 1,000 miles per hour.
You know, last year, you know, we talked about this in the spring too, but last year, you know, a lot of deep routes and everything, but I guess, you know, the talk is maybe you want to show you can do other things as well. I mean, how's that been coming along, and do you feel like there is more to your game than just catching a 50-yard pass?
Yeah, we put a lot of work in over the summer and even in this fall to expand all of our games, and being able to be that complete receiver is something that I've been working on personally. And I'm excited to show that this fall.
What do you need to do to make that happen? What are the pieces you need to put into your game to make that happen?
Just constantly going out there and working. That's all I can really do.
Thomas was saying last year, by the end of the season, when you went deep, you were either all by yourself or there were 3 guys draped all
right.
over you. What was that like? I mean, everybody knew that you were the deep guy, and it was coming at some point. What was that like out there? You know, you obviously know when it's coming. The defense doesn't.
It's fun. You get to look out there and see what kind of defense the defense is playing. If the safety is low, you're like, oh, you're licking your chops. And if he's high, it's kind of a bummer, but you want to go out there and make a play. So it's fun. It's exciting.
To make some of those catches you made on those deep balls, how much confidence did you have by the end of the year that if they put a ball up there, you could go get it?
It gave me a lot of confidence. Now I'm working on going up to get the ball so I can catch those passes with 3 defenders draped over me.
I think the BYU one stands out in my mind, but you got a favorite from last year?
New Mexico. That's probably my favorite.
Why that one? Sorry.
It was the game winner. I've always wanted to do something like that, and for it to actually come true, or it really happened.
Chaz had a big one in the Fiesta Bowl as well. I mean, what was last year just like for you, going from not even knowing how much you play, getting on the field, and you're trying to learn as you go, and like you said, you weren't even all that confident until the bowl game. Then there you are in the Fiesta Bowl catching a huge touchdown pass.
Yeah, it was a big step for me because it was done on a bigger screen, so you know you can do it all the time now. So now my game just has to be consistent at this point because you know what you can do.
How do you feel about going into another year where people now know who you are with all these extra catches that you've made?
That's exciting because now their eyes are going to be on you. The defenders aren't going to be relaxed when you're going up against them, and then you can make them look bad.
Do you like them looking at you more, or do you like when they don't notice you out there?
Whatever they have to do. I think if they focus on me, they're going to leave 2 other great receivers open, and if they don't focus on me, they're going to leave another really good receiver open.
At the end of the day, I mean, how do you put more time into like the little things? Do you understand how to maybe be a better wide receiver from watching film or anything like that, I guess?
I think that's where we've all grown as a unit. We spend more time in the film room, and we nitpick and critique ourselves. We're our biggest critics. So being in the film room and watching, we didn't run full speed or explode off the ball. We get on each other about that. So I think being able to focus on those small things is where we really progress this offseason.
Chaz, I know a lot of people say a lot about getting in sync with one particular quarterback, get a lot of reps. Is that tougher since there really isn't one quarterback that's cemented themselves as a starter at this point?
Right. No. Every quarterback throws a nice ball that we have, and everyone's confident. And with confidence comes completions, really.
We were just talking to Thomas, and how have you seen him kind of develop, as a fellow wide receiver and going from a guy last year who didn't know how much he was going to play either, and then he was leading the team in receiving yards by the end of the year. Do you expect him to be more of a leader this year, or how do you look
Yes,
at?
definitely. He's a great guy, and he's an even better role model for the younger guys. We all are growing up, and I've seen a lot of growth in him to become that much more of a smarter player and much more of a leader.
You guys obviously need to build some depth at wide receiver. Who's catching your eye among the next wave of wide receivers?
Finally, unlike last year, we have a 2 depth and a 3 depth, and everyone looks really good. Everyone's working hard and making plays down the field and catching the ball and getting upfield and all.
How important are the Rick Smiths and the A.J. Richardsons and the D.J. Dean, those guys going to be able to fill in and
Right.
not miss a beat when some of those guys come in?
You said it yourself. We don't miss a beat. If one of us are exhausted, the next person's coming on, and we're just filling in.
How do you feel Junior's done in terms of developing you guys? I mean, he's came in here in a short amount of time. I mean, maybe a guy that could have leaned on last year, Matt, went out early, so he's had to like really bring a lot of you guys up kind of quick.
He's a great coach. He's an awesome guy. He's very smart, very intelligent, and being able to take very new guys to the position and have us be relatively familiar with it in such a short period of time is great. That shows how awesome of a coach he is.
Being able to go against Dante every day, Darian every day, how beneficial is that for you?
Oh, it's very beneficial because I feel like they're the best in the Mountain West and even in the country. So going 100 miles per hour and being able to work hard against them is doing nothing but getting us better.
All right, guys. Thanks, Chaz.
Thanks, Chaz.